Hello, Capricorn. Let me clear my throat. No, really, I had to do that. So, Capricorn, welcome. This is your week ahead, August 5th to August 11th, 2019. This is going to be for all Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter sign placements. So, Capricorn, I already shuffled, but before we get into your spread, which is going to be the mini Celtic cross, where we're going to look at where you're at in the present, what your challenge or influence is, what's underneath as the root cause, what's in your recent past, what's on your mind, what's in your future, and your likely outcome that can also be advice. We're going to take a look at what your theme is in the week ahead. You have two that came out. You have the Ice Queen, ideas preserved, non-action, entitlement. It's a 28 reducing to a 10, which reduces down to a 1. So I feel like your plans is put on hold or put on ice with the Ice Queen. This is either you putting your plans on hold, the universe putting your plans on hold, or somebody is putting your plans and ideas on hold. Um, but I do feel that this is about you needing to preserve those plans while non-action is happening, because this is plans that you may be able to implement, but just not right now. Also, I feel there is the potential for something, or the reason why your plans are on hold or put on ice is that you may need to regroup or recenter whatever it is that you want to actually culminate or perhaps even reinstate. But also, this is about you perhaps needing to focus on how to take leadership with the situation in order for you to focus on having that new beginning or fresh start. Or you may be looking at how to bring something to an end, or what to do to bridge a fresh start that you want to have initiated. But this is you focusing on the potential of things, remaining inspired, and maybe even seeing the gift or expecting or waiting on a gift towards this, with the goal of you focusing on how to transition. Or you may be needing to take a pause, or you may need to prepare more for the next step or next phase with this theme in your week ahead. And so you may not like that something has to be on hold or put on ice, but nothing just happens. And so there's a need for you to be mindful of not beating yourself up about this or being too critical. Because your next theme is you have the word Lord, communication, praise, dishonesty. It's a 43 that reduces to a 7. So with this as your theme, and with it reducing to a 7, you may be having challenges with your faith or the ability to redeem yourself or a situation here. But also, you could be experiencing conflict, or some sort of upheaval could be at hand here. But also, this is you trying to or needing to have more discovery, understanding, gain more wisdom, or perhaps review your options, or see or try to see what all the options are that may and can be available to you. But I feel with this as your theme, this is about you being mindful of how you communicate to yourself about what you are doing or trying to do, and being mindful to show yourself praise and for every and any achievement, however small, which help you acknowledge and recognize your progress, but also to have more positivity towards the situation. With dishonesty here, I feel like this is about you needing to stay away from any negative self-talk from yourself or from others, but to be mindful that how you talk about your situation or think about your situation or what you're doing or trying to deal with influences what will happen with it. So this is a time where you may want to resort to positive affirmations Capricorn, to reinforce you and to reinforce your situation towards what it is that you want to culminate. So be mindful of your any negative or stinking thinking or negative and stinking conversation. Okay? So at the bottom of the deck, you do have the Knight of Pentacles. So with the Knight of Pentacles being your focus, you're very determined to want to get something done, to come up with a plan, be methodical, be strategic, and get to the finish line. But also, this may be with the Knight of Pentacles something going too slow, or you're not seeing the progress you want to see, or something could be coming to a halt. Okay, a pause, if you will. And so what's underneath that is the Five of Pentacles, because something may be lacking in your resources or what you're creating or doing with this Five of Pentacles. And so there may be a need for you to recover and replenish and restore in order for you to get something done, or to see more progress, or for what could be brought to a stop, start back up again, because you may be lacking the resources to get something accomplished and achieved. Now, with the Five of Pentacles here, there is the ability for you to change it, but you have to put in the energy and effort to rebuild, to restore, to replenish. You may need to communicate that shit, because I'm just, having to clear my throat here. So where you're at in the present is the Nine of Pentacles. So the Nine of Pentacles is earth energy. In this particular Nine of Pentacles, she has a wall of stone and rocks. So I feel there's some issues with your comfort level, with your resources, with perhaps your money and finances. But with this Nine of Pentacles, this is you trying to be resourceful and seeing how you can address it. But I feel like you're having issues with trying to be resourceful and figure shit out and get things done. Because the Nine of Pentacles usually talks about being independent, being able to stay grounded, to build, to have success, to gain in a situation. And this character has this animal, and the animal's head is covered so the animal can't see. So you may be, your intuition could be off, or your instincts could be off at this time, Capricorn, where you're not seeing clearly or assessing the situation all that well. I'm seeing all this green, so there could be something going on in your heart chakra or in relationships. Something going on with your compassion. You may be lacking compassion towards yourself or lacking compassion towards the situation. You may feel alone in what you're trying to do, build, or gain. Now, there could be an indication of codependence here by you, or with who you're dealing with. But with this being the energy of where you are, this could be you not being able to gain in a situation and not have that standard of comfort that you would like to see or experience. And so you may be having trouble gaining your independence. Your challenge and influence is the King of Wands. So this is either you, or you are dealing with someone embodying the energy of the King of Wands. And so the challenge here with the King of Wands, because the King of Wands is the master of his suit, the master of action, is very enthusiastic and determined and assertive and creative. The King of Wands is very resilient, has good instinct, has courage, has motivation, has drive, has stamina, stands in his personal power, whether male or female. And so with this energy, you may be experiencing issues in your emotions, feeling some guilt or regret perhaps, or you may be having trouble adapting or achieving what you want. Um, Being brought to this orange here, which is the sacral chakra. So there may be issues with your creativity at this time. Issues with you trying to with your vision, with your goals. And so with the King of Wands, there may be a need for you to revisit your goals, your plans, and see how to revise or adapt. Or this may be you needing to come out of a place of negative self-talk, or being too, because the King of Wands can be an asshole. So are you being an asshole, Capricorn? Because that might be getting in the way of you trying to build or be resourceful or gain what you want here or get something done. I mean, I'm just saying, because nobody wants to work with an asshole. But that's not you, right? I mean, you got charisma. You know how to get people to, you know, help you with your aims. Or are you experiencing issues with that? So was that the root cause of this for you? Is you got this Three of Cups. Well. Perhaps you are having an issue with getting people to unite and cooperate and support you. Or you're looking at how you can achieve something. And I feel like there may be issues in communication, because I'm seeing blue here. But you may be having problems with things coming together with what you're trying to create. Or there may be issues with you working together with others. But there's a problem with support. There's a problem with uniting. It's like if you are getting cooperation and support, it's like because they're falling. They're falling into the water. Now, perhaps you may need to let go of something, or someone is letting go in a situation, or there's a need to let go, or there are issues with what you're trying to achieve. But with this Three of Cups, there may be an issue with socializing or connecting with others around this for you. In the recent past, you do have the Four of Swords. So with the Four of Swords, this is you in the recent past taking a step back, taking a break, taking a rest to consider, to evaluate, and maybe even just to take a break. What's on your mind is the Tower. So with the Tower, this is you wanting to either create drastic changes. You could be dealing with adversities or shakeups that are uncomfortable. You could be gaining a sudden epiphany. You could be trying to reset your situation. You could be experiencing anxiety with the Tower here. You could be experiencing a crisis or suffering. You could be refusing to let go of despair, depression that you could be experiencing. But this is also you possibly lacking freedom with what you're doing. Or you could be gaining new sudden insight, or some sudden change comes in to disrupt what you're doing. So in the future, you do have the Wheel of Fortune. So with the Wheel of Fortune in your future, there's some changes afoot. But also the wheel talks about things being done, around divine timing. Now there could be a focus on positive shifts and changes, but with the wheel of fortune here, you want to be mindful not to be pessimistic. You want to be mindful that you could face some resistance, that things could have a turn of event that are unexpected, could be ups or downs. Um, but also, this is about you perhaps trying to focus on seizing opportunities with the wheel here. But also, karma could be kicking in, the timing could be bad or improving in the future. And this is about reevaluating your goals. And also, this is about a possible unexpected problem or an unexpected solution. You could be experiencing misfortune or fortune. It depends on the way the wheel turns, whether you experience failure or success in the future. And so your likely outcome, Capricorn, is you have this Eight of Cups. So with the Eight of Cups, this is you needing to focus on moving on from what no longer serves you or giving you emotional unfulfillment. Because in this particular Eight of Cups, this is someone that has invested a lot of their emotions and time, but not walking away. They're still sitting with this shit. So you may be doing just that, still sitting with this and being emotionally unfulfilled and not moving on, when you may need to focus on, as advice, moving on from this, because the timing isn't right, and it's just too many complications or adversity around it, or your ability to reset it isn't possible because you're lacking perhaps the cooperation and support from others. Let's take a little closer look at this fucking Three of Cups. That's your situation here. So with that Three of Cups is you have the Lovers. So there's an issue with decisions. Now, this is either an issue where you might be having a problem with the decision you've made. It could be a poor decision, or this is about a decision where either you made this decision based on your head or your heart. And depending on how you did that, you might be facing some issues with having cooperation and support, or having that emotional satisfaction that you want. But with this Lovers, this could also be around a relationship. We do have cup energy here. And that relationship could involve, others. This could be a three-party situation you could be dealing with. But with the Lovers here, this is around a connection. You may be trying to establish a contract, an agreement. With the Lovers here, you could be focused on a particular conflict or disappointment, or experiencing some unhappiness around perhaps a poor fucking choice. But this is about a relationship, or trying to create a relationship, or maybe seeing how to change it. But there's a problem with uniting, I feel. And I feel it's because of lack of communication with the blue that I'm seeing here. Needing to speak your truth and express yourself and not be shy or afraid to do so. But also, I'm seeing this red, so there may be an issue with anxiety or feeling ungrounded. You may not feel very secure or stable. Within a connection or around a decision. Or there was the ability to unite or reunite or cooperate and gain support, but something drastic happens with the Tower here. So let's take a closer look at the Tower. So with the Tower, you do have the Seven of Pentacles. So energy and effort, there's a shakeup where there could be a problem with the energy and effort that you're putting into something, or there needs to be more energy and effort put into something, or there may be a problem with something that is being assessed or needs to be assessed or looked at more closely and analyzed to see what you need to do to have that progress or to reset the situation or to see the return that you want to achieve here. Let's look at this Eight of Cups, which is your likely outcome. You have the Sun. So this may be about you needing to focus on how to move on. You could possibly, after experiencing struggle, achieve a small victory here. But this may be something coming to light, or you needing to gain clarity, or this may be you lacking judgment, or you could be focused on opportunities, rejuvenation, success, happiness, or fulfillment. And you may be focusing on how to gain or prosper the situation. But also, this could be your pride. Your pride could be getting in the way. You could be feeling a little arrogant, or just have a disposition that you just want to stand on here. But there may be a delay to your success. And so, again, the advice with the Eight of Cups is to move on from what no longer serves you, from that which is unfulfilling, to break free, to gain clarity, to perhaps see what direction you can take to create more of a positive outcome. You may need to be mindful about what shifts and actions you're taking and what direction is it taking you in. But this is about you gaining a sense of emotional fulfillment by perhaps needing to walk away and let something go. But also be mindful that it's perhaps because this is something that's just got to be put on ice for now, even though you may not like it, but it may be necessary or unavoidable. And so in the meantime, there's a need for you to have not to have negative self-talk, and just acknowledge what you were able to achieve up until that point. Okay? And you may need to be honest with yourself. There could be a fucking problem here and you just want to ignore it. But don't be pessimistic about this shit. Okay? You got 3 cards that came out. You have the Blue Heron. Make a stand for what you believe in and do what feels right in spite of any judgment or disapproval from others. Okay? Make a stand. Do what's best for you. And it's possible what's best for you is to put something on ice, to put something on hold. Because it's no longer fulfilling to you. Or maybe too many changes, too much to invest. You also have the Mouse. You're overlooking some important details, so pay attention. Pay closer attention to what's going on. What are you missing about your assessment here? What are you overlooking? What detail is missing or you don't see? You also have the Falcon. Act on the opportunity that's before you and commit to it without equivocation. I feel like with these 3 guidance cards that this is guidance for 3 sets of Capricorn. I feel like this is for 3 3 different scenarios for Capricorn. And so and it can apply, this guidance, all 3 guidance can apply to all, but it really feels like that this guidance is for, there's 3 different sets of Capricorn this guidance applies to. And so there's a set of you where with the Blue Heron, there's a need for you to make a stand for what you believe in and do what feels right in spite of any judgment or disapproval from others. So this is about you not allowing negative self-talk or people to speak negatively about your goals and what you're trying to achieve or go after. And then there is the mouse, where for others of you, this is about, you may have issues where what you're doing is held up or put on ice or put on hold, because in terms of communication, something is lost in translation. You're overlooking some important detail, and there's a need to pay closer attention to what's going on so you can uncover and discover it. And then for others of you with the falcon here, there's a need for you to act on the opportunity that's before you and commit to it without equivocation. So for some of you, I feel like that you gain an epiphany about how to invest, or there's a need to invest, to put the energy and effort into something now that you expect to create a drastic change for you, that allows you to get something done or see progress, and you may need to act on it now. But either way, you have the will in your future. And so with the will here, you just be aware that the wheel can turn up or down, or something unexpected can happen, whether it's something that's for the good or the not so good. I hope these messages help. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and thanks for watching. Bye.